I think one of the biggest mistakes we make is underestimating how quickly our lives can change. I'm not talking about 5 years from now. I'm not even talking about a year from now. I'm talking about 6 months from now. 6 months of actually taking yourself seriously, for one. 6 months of doing what you said you were going to do. 6 months of waking up every single day and deciding that you are not going to keep the same life and complaining about the same thing each and every day. Do you understand how different your life could be 6 months from now? And I think the problem is we hear 6 months and we think, oh, that's so long from now, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it's not. For one, this year is already going by super, super quick. That 6 months is going to come regardless. So you have to ask yourself, okay, do I want to be at the same place that I'm at right now? Or do I want to actively work towards something 6 months from now? Just think about how fast the last 6 months went. Think about where you were 6 months ago. Think about all the stuff you said that you were going to do. Did you do it? Yes or no? Let me know. The weight that you were going to lose. The money that you were going to save. The business that you was going to start. The content that you were going to post. The job that you were applying for. Whatever it was. Do your life look differently now than it did 6 months ago? How much of it did you actually do? I'm not saying that to make you feel bad or anything like that. Like, when I came to this realization like 3 years ago, I was trying to lose weight. I was asking myself like, okay, like every year I was like, oh, I'm going to lose weight. And I look back on the last 3 years, I was like, you haven't lost any weight. You actually like gained 2 pounds. So I had to sit down and be real with myself and say, okay, what are you going to change? I'm saying this because I need you to understand that time is going to pass whether you change or not. 6 months from now is coming. Time isn't going to stop. You don't get to stop it. You don't get to slow it down. You don't get to ask for more time because you weren't ready. Regardless, the time is coming. So the question isn't whether 6 months is going to pass. The question is, who the heck are you going to be when it gets here? And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand about changing your life. Everybody is waiting for this huge moment, the right time, whatever, the huge opportunity. This one day where they wake up and suddenly just feel different. Suddenly you're motivated. Suddenly you're disciplined. Suddenly you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing with your life. That's not how this works at all. Most of the time, changing your life is boring. Nobody talks about that part. It's boring. It's waking up and doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. It's going to the gym when you've been working out for 3 weeks and you still don't see the body that you want. It's posting the content when you're getting 200 views and nobody gives a heck about who you are or what you have to say. It's working on the business when you haven't made any money at all. Being able to go long periods of time without making money. It's saving the money when your bank account still doesn't look the way that you want it to look. It's applying for the jobs when you keep getting rejection after rejection after rejection. It's doing the work when you have absolutely no proof that any of this is actually going to even work. That's where most people quit. Not because they're incapable of changing their lives, but because they expected changing their life to feel different. They expected it to be exciting. They expected to feel motivated every day. They expected people to notice instantly. They expected the results to come faster. And when none of that happens, they start questioning themselves. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm wasting my time. Maybe I should just try something else. Maybe I should just go back to doing what I was doing before. What if you're closer than you think? But what if the only thing standing between you and the life that you keep talking about is your ability to keep going? Like when it feels like nothing is happening, because that's the part that nobody sees. Everybody sees the person who lost 50 pounds. Nobody sees the mornings they had to drag themselves out of bed literally each and every day and didn't want to do none of that at all. Everybody sees the successful business. Nobody saw the months where they weren't making nothing at all, $0. Everybody see the person who completely changed their life. Nobody saw the version of them who was sitting exactly where you are right now, wondering if any of this is even worth it. And so I need you to understand something. You are not going to feel yourself becoming the person you're trying to become every single day. And some days are going to feel completely pointless. Some days you're going to feel like you're moving backwards. Some days you're going to look at everybody else and feel like they're moving faster than you. And that's another thing. You have to stop comparing You have to stop comparing your timeline to everybody else's, because you have no idea what's actually going on in other people's lives. Looking at somebody else's chapter 20 and getting pissed off because you're at chapter 3. You're looking at the results of years of work and comparing it to 3 weeks that you've been consistent. Like, come on. Like, be so for real. Give yourself a chance. You haven't even been doing nothing long enough to know whether it works or not. And I think sometimes we spend so much time worrying about how long something is going to take that we end up making it take even longer. So just think about it. You say you want to start working out. You do it for 2 weeks. You don't see results. You quit. 3 months later, you start again. You do it for another month. You quit again. Then 6 months later, you're sitting there like, damn, I've been trying to lose weight for a year. No, you haven't. You haven't. You've been starting and stopping for a year. You have not been consistent for a year. There's a huge difference. And imagine where you would be if the first time you started, you just kept going. And that's what I want you to understand. Consistency is not about being perfect every single day. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you don't feel like doing nothing at all. You're going to have days where life happens, where there's a huge difference between having a bad day and completely abandoning yourself. And some of you keep abandoning yourselves. Every time stuff gets hard, you quit on yourself. Every time you don't see immediate results, you quit on yourself. Every time you make one mistake, you decide, well, I already messed up, so I might as well just stop. No. Start again tomorrow. Start again in an hour. Start again in 5 freaking minutes if you need to. Stop turning one bad decision into 6 months of doing absolutely nothing. You have to become somebody you can trust. And I think that's one of the biggest parts of changing your life that nobody talks about, self-trust. When you constantly tell yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it, you stop believing in yourself. You say you're going to wake up early. You don't. You say you're going to start the business. You don't. You say you're going to post every day. You don't. You say you're going to stop talking to that person. 3 days later, you're right back. And then you wonder why you don't feel confident. How can you be confident in somebody you don't even trust? Confidence doesn't just come from looking good. It doesn't come from money. It doesn't come from people complimenting you. Real confidence comes from knowing that when you tell yourself you're going to do something, you freaking do it. That's how you change your life. You start keeping promises to yourself. Small ones. Wake up when you said you were going to wake up. Go to the gym when you said you were going to the gym. Post the video, save the money, apply for the job, do the thing, and then wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. And again. And again. And yes, it's going to be boring. Do it anyway. Yes, there are going to be days when you don't see no results at all. Do it anyway. Yes, you're going to question yourself. Do it anyway. Because one day, and I promise you this, one day you're going to wake up and look around and think, how the hell did I get here? How the hell did I become this person? How did I lose the weight? How did I build the business? And the answer is going to be freaking simple. You did the same thing over and over and over until it worked. That's it. And I want you to really think about where you could be from 6 months from now. Not where you hope you'll be. Where could you actually be if you actually stop playing with yourself? If you stop quitting every time you didn't see immediate results. If you stop waiting until you felt motivated and just did the crap anyway. Because 6 months from now is coming. You can wake up 6 months from now with the same problems, same excuses, same whatever, same goals you keep talking about. You can be sitting in the same exact place having the same exact conversation with yourself about how you need to change your life. Or you can wake up 6 months from now and not even freaking recognize yourself. And the crazy part is it doesn't take huge life-changing moments. It starts with what you decide to do tomorrow morning.